Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Pixel and Frisket Finds. My name is Michelle and today I've got you back at work with me. This is episode 3 of my Come to Work With Me series, and we are making our way through this bag and on to several boxes after that. We're going to pull out 3 items here today and we're going to photograph and research them. Just like the last episode, any kind of photography tricks and tips that I can come up with along the way, I will share that with you. Take what you can from these videos and add to it. If you have any expertise or ideas, you can leave them in the comments, and that'll help out everybody. And yeah, so we're gonna do just 3 items this time and see how long that takes. The last one we did 5 and it took about an hour. So let's see what 3 ends up with today. Yeah, I'm thinking about other things that we could talk about in these videos. Today I changed my setup a little bit. Last time I had my 2 backdrop boards up and down this way, which created a seam in the middle. So this time I've put them in landscape fashion, and I'm hoping that that ends up looking a little nicer even, because like I say, I'm still learning as we go. I make adjustments to my process as I go to improve it all the time, and hopefully you can get something out of this for your own benefit as well. So I know it's not bonus hair, that's my own hair. Let's get into this bag and see. I'm just going to reach in and pull out 3 items. Oh, interesting. Okay. This is not jewelry. This is a Silver Swan salt dispenser. Do we want to do that one today? Not today. We'll do it one day, but not today. Let's get some jewelry here. Okay, we have some cameo. 3 cameos in there. I'm very anxious to do that. I know cameos are hot right now. Let's save these and do them on their own video, a cameo video. I'm still learning a lot about cameos myself. Okay, well here's a nice sparkly set. We'll do that one. Yes. We saw this set in the first Come to Work With Me, episode 1. And then here's another one. Beautiful. 3 items. Let's put these guys back in there for another time. This is going to take a while chipping away at it 3 items at a time, but either way, there we go. All right, I've got some new crud from the bag here, so let me just tidy up a little bit and we'll get started. We're gonna look at these items, and then the second part of the video will be us photographing for listing, as well as taking the photos for the listing, of course. Okay, so we have to do it in this order because I'm using my phone, and I use my phone to film as well as the screen capture for the research. So we'll look at these closely real quick, and then I'm going to switch over to my screen capture program where we can do the rest of the video. So first things first, we've got this gorgeous brooch. Look at that with the molded. Now I gotta say, they don't feel like glass. It does feel more like an acrylic maybe. And you have to forgive my thumb. Okay, look at this thumb. See the yellow and the brown? And over here too. This is not burn, I guess it's burn, from nitric acid, where we test for silver and gold. I was testing a few things yesterday, and it doesn't hurt, and it just sort of fades away. It goes from yellow to brown. Anyway, just so you know what that is. And this. Okay, back to the brooch though, more importantly. How pretty is that? Really nice AB on those rhinestones there. We've got the molded pieces here, and marquee cut emerald and a round cut emerald. Faux emerald rhinestone, of course. And there's no marking on the back. It's set in a gold tone. From what I understand, this sort of V attachment is fairly old. So yeah, that's really gorgeous. I like that. Let's put in our little display box there. Okay, The next thing we are going to take care of, and I won't spend too much time looking at this right now because we have it already, but we have a Sherman bracelet and necklace set. So demi-parure Sherman set in the citrine and topaz colors. Super pretty. This is a terrible angle. I'm using a new tripod today, and I also have a ring light now. That is giving me some better lighting, I would say. You'll probably notice. I was noticing when I was holding up this brooch how incredibly lit it was. But yeah, that should improve things for us here. And then the other item that we're going to be doing is this demi-parure. Parure is a set, and then a demi-parure would be like a partial set. So we've got a necklace and bracelet. This is my understanding. Please let me know if I'm incorrect. But from what I understand, a full parure would be necklace, bracelet, brooch, and earrings. And anything less than that is a demi-parure because it's not complete. So demi-parure with bracelet and necklace. And then here we have demi-parure with brooch and earrings. Oh, those look so good. Wow, so sparkly and gorgeous. So we've got AB coating on there. There's so much sparkle you can hardly tell what's even going on. And it's a little bit of a wash. You can see like some hairspray residue here. So in between this part of the video and the next part, I will gently wash these items. I'm going to use a soft toothbrush and warm water and Blue Dawn. And I'll make sure they're nice and dry before I put them away because I don't want any moisture in the bag with them while they're stored away. But yeah, so we'll tidy those up a little bit. But we've got what, like a smoky rhinestone border here, it looks like. And this side here, okay, sort of different. So it's all smoky rhinestones in here with AB coated around, and then the opposite on this side, smoky around, AB on the inside. See that? Okay, now that we've stared at it forever, let's see if we can find a name on it. No, I don't see anything. Interesting. Maybe the earrings will be marked, hey? Yeah, okay, well there's that. And then let's take a look at the earrings. So they are the same as each other. They are clip-on. And I'm guessing you'd want to wear them this way. So it's got like a citrine sort of look on the marquee cut, and it's smoky all around the border and two little ABs. Very pretty set for sure. On the back of this one, look at my nib. I gotta moisturize. Everyone's hand sanitizing and washing their hands so much, I get so dry. Nothing on that one. And nothing on that one. Wow, that's going to be an interesting research project, isn't it? Okay, well, there's those. So those are our goodies for today. I'm going to go wash them up real quick, and then we'll get into the second part of the video where we photograph and research them for listing. All right, I always keep a roll of packing tape around for picking up any kind of lint. And this is my setup for taking most pictures, a black background. And then for brooches, I like to put it on a white ring holder. And you'll see I take first a overhead shot of it, showing the whole thing, and then down in front of it a bit more. I turn it to the left, turn it to the right. I get a hot and sexy close-up of it as well. There it is, hot and sexy. And any kind of damage that is there, this little molded leaf is damaged, so I got a shot of that. And the back to show the construction. The next thing I like to do is put a shot of it in my hand to give an idea of size. All right, so we're just going to take a look through the photos now. Truth be told, some of these photos were taken at a different time than the time-lapse video we just watched. Just the way things worked out and me still learning how to use these programs to make a video for you. That's the way it is, but that's okay. Nonetheless, here is our photo of the brooch in hand. I will always still put the measurements on the listing itself, the actual measurements, but I like putting a picture of brooches, earrings, almost pretty much anything in hand just to give an idea of the size. I know your hand is a different size than mine, sort of thing, but nonetheless, it gives people a great idea. Here's another picture from the back, different from what we just saw, but I put it onto the white platform to give more contrast in the background. I just found it was washing it out too much to just be on the black alone. Same thing here. And you'll notice one thing that I made sure I did is that I got that platform nice and square in the middle. Now that's something you can fix in editing later. You could always adjust the tilt of it, but if you just do it while you're taking the picture, it saves you having to fix it later. So nice and squared up in there. This is what I would say is our hot and sexy shot. It's nice and close up. It's filling up the frame. It's like a wow shot. You see all the colors. It really just features and focuses on the beauty of this brooch. And you can see a little bit of the damage there as well. I do have more pictures of the damage. So here's our mugshot pictures, the left, the right, straight on, and straight down on. So those are like the four main ones that I like to have, of course, as well as the background. And then the hot and sexy is just like, I don't know, sometimes I like to make that my main photo because I think it's more eye-catching that somebody looking for a green rhinestone brooch might see that photo and it might interest them more than a different one. I don't know. That's totally a creative choice. Now this is a really good picture showing the damage on that one molded leaf there. So I like the idea of having that one in there. That's gonna give buyers the best idea of what to expect of the damage. All right, and that's it for that one. So let's go over to eBay because that's where we're going to sell it, so that's where we're going to research it. I don't care what other people have it listed for, I only care what things similar have sold. So let's say green, let's say molded glass leaf brooch. And let's see what comes up when we do that. Okay. So nothing comes up necessarily with that information. We see that vintage watermelon with the molded glass. And other things with molded glass. This leaf shape one here with the hearts, beautiful vintage marked Austrian. Ours isn't marked anything, which is unfortunate. I wish that it was. Well, the gold tone yellow glass unsigned, that's pretty close. This one here. Oh, but I'm not in solds, am I? No, I am not. So the fact that that one is listed for 54 doesn't mean a lot to me. I want to see sold ones. There we go. No exact matches, we know that already, but here are some similar things. So, seriously? No photos? Oh, there they go. Internet's a little slow right now. Oh yeah, hey guys, in case you didn't know, I'm on TikTok as well, World of Jewelry. Every week I post a TikTok that I film featuring a different stone specifically. This week I did sodalite, and I think I have about, I don't know, 13 videos up so far. So if you haven't already, and you'd like to be, if you have TikTok, go over to TikTok and find World of Jewelry on there, and you can join me with that too. That would be amazing. Yeah, you get to see and learn some cool stuff about stones and gemstones, and also features a lot of the new jewelry. that we carry here. Okay, I'm not finding a lot here that's really reminiscent of this brooch specifically. The closest thing that feels about right is, I don't know, that first one, I guess. Let's try searching something slightly different here. We want to go rhinestone. Well, let's just go green. Let's say green. I mean, color can dictate price to a degree. If you have one brooch in clear and you have the same brooch in like red, generally people are going to be more drawn to the red one. So color can be important when it comes to your pricing. Like if I saw this exact same brooch in clear, I would price it higher in green. Alright, let's see. Nothing really standing out to me. So, ooh, look at that guy. That's huge. See, it's vintage style. So it's probably a new product. Anyway, my inclination is to list this brooch for $40. I would have listed maybe for $50 if it wasn't for the damage on that one leaf. So we're gonna stick with that $40, and I'll get the paper written up for the inventory here. Alright, so on to pictures of this beautiful amber and citrine colored Sherman set. I've got a few different colored busts that I can use here at work. I've got black, white, fuchsia, and this sort of beigey taupe color, which reads as a total neutral. I like it a lot of the time. I think it makes a good option. So we're going to put the bracelet up on top and the necklace down below just to be able to feature them both in one photo. I like to try and get the full bust in as well as tight shots. We've got some hot, sexy close-ups of the front and of the bracelet. You'll see I always like to try things on the fuchsia. Rarely is it the one that I choose to feature as a main photo, but I will often include a fuchsia bust photo in the listing for people just to see. And now we're going to try and get some nice pictures of the closure, the clasp. Everyone wants to see the clasp. And eventually here we'll get to the maker's mark as well. Sherman is a Canadian brand that started in 1949 and stopped in 1980. They always used Swarovski crystals, so they are of utmost quality and beauty. Absolutely. Gus Sherman was a very proud man, proud of the work that his company did, and he would be known to say, if it's not signed, it's not Sherman. So we'll get a nice picture of what you can expect from a Sherman signature, but they're all signed and they're clear as day. So easy to find. Swarovski crystals from 1949 to 1980. Really nice. There's a really comprehensive website actually that his grandson has put together. It's got archives and lots of cool information about the company itself. All right, let's take a look at the photos that we have for the listing. So in this case, I wasn't able to get a photo of the full bust. I like to see a photo that shows the entire bust. You can see the whole black around it. But in this case, because of the size of the bust, it didn't really work. You could see beyond my black background. So this is as tight as I can make it without showing any of the white surrounding the black background. And then this one is my slightly closer version. So there's my further back, tight in, and then we're going to get close to the necklace. So I like to get one from each sort of side, like a little profile picture, a 3/4 profile, if you will. Look how beautiful, nice and in focus. That's really important to make sure your photos are in focus before you go putting them on the internet. But yeah, nice feature in the middle there. here from a slightly different angle, and then the bracelet up on top. Now I think this isn't that gorgeous? It's so, there's a little bit of fur, little hair sticking out there, but nice and in focus. It gives a really good idea of the look of that brooch. And then we get some hot and sexies, you know, some gratuitous shots of beauty. The other thing that I'll clarify for everybody is the term parure. That's P-A-R-U-R-E. So you'll hear the term parure when it's a grouping of matching jewelry. Demi parure versus a full parure. What's the difference? Well, a full parure is going to have a bracelet, necklace, earrings, brooch, and most often a diadem, which is like a tiara. A demi parure is any grouping as few as 2 pieces. So this is a demi parure. We've got 2 pieces, a bracelet and a necklace. If it was earrings and a necklace, earrings and a bracelet, brooch and earrings, any of those would be considered a demi parure. But yeah, it's a good word to know when you're selling jewelry online, no doubt. So here it is on that fuchsia. It really doesn't look as good, does it? It's taking away from the brilliance of the crystals. And then here we just try it out on something else. You know, the more pictures, the better. You can put up to 12. So if you have 12, then you should put 12. I like this one because it's showing the clasp a bit more. It's a bit washed out. That's what I find when all of my background stuff is black. But here's a good one. It's sort of an artsy piece, like where the necklace is hanging down out of focus in the back, but the point of it is to show the clasp, the hook clasp. And then here's another shot of the bracelet. I was just wanting to show it from straight above and to show the beautiful clasp. It's a bit interesting, and it's got some extra details there with a safety chain, of course. And so here's 2 pictures I took the same. This one's more squared up than that one. So this one I would just delete. Don't even keep it around. You don't need it. It's taking up room in your phone. This is a really nice one of the clasp as well. So if I have room, if I have, 11 photos, I'll add that one in too. Why not? So here's a close-up of the Sherman marking on the bracelet. It's right in the center of the flower there. And the necklace is here on the end, the little toggle piece or whatever that dangles at the end of the extender. So I like to make these dramatic. I want the focus to be there on the name, but I put the name sort of amongst the jewels. None of them are the focus. Like we've got the middle of the necklace right there, but it's just filling up the space so that we can feature that name. So that's what I try and do almost always. See, this is a better one of the bracelet. This bracelet one, I'm going to throw it away. It's boring. Here's a better one for the bracelet. So I've got it sort of nestled amongst the necklace there as well. And I think that's a more interesting photo for that. All right, there we go. So let's take a look at eBay for this set. And we'll go from there. I've sold a couple of Sherman demi parures here as already. The first one I sold was for 180 some. The second one was 280, and another set for 285. So then I have one listed right now at 325, and this one I'm putting at 380. The color is unique. It's not a big, crazy set, but it is a unique color. So I'm going to go Sherman, and if I put the word parure, let's see what comes up. Not everyone's using that word, so it's maybe not the best way to search this right now, but I'm going to go to solds. And in this case, I definitely want to sort things highest and down. Okay, so there's the first one has terrible, like the AB coating is showing its colors, but it's because the lens was super dirty. And funnily enough, the next three, pink, blue, pink, those were all mine. Those all sold, not mine here, but from the store. Those are sold from our store here on Sherman sets. So obviously I'm the only one using the word parure. Whatever. Let's go Sherman and see what comes up here. Alright, we're sorting by sold items. Over 10,000 results. Right. Okay, so let's go to buy it now. Okay, now, let's stick with that. Let's go sort highest to lowest. Here's what we want. We want category jewelry and watches. Oops. Category jewelry and watches, and then we go down to vintage and antique jewelry. 125 results in the sold buy it now. So we're looking for something similar here. 2 vintage Sherman earrings, necklaces, all signed. So this is 2 sets there, but $759. Very nice. Here we have a bracelet and brooch, looks like, for $628. These are sold. These are great prices. Look at that green, olive green faceted bead. I love that. Love the color. But what we have here is a bracelet and a necklace. So let's look for, well, look at this one. One of mine here sold for $285. So based on the solds, I think that I can start moving up into a higher price point. People are easily paying what I had previously been listing for, obviously. So yeah, I'm gonna try upping it a little bit. I can always bring it back down. Oh, look at this. Is that our same guy? Oh, it looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, that's the same bracelet right there. So this person has 2 different pairs of earrings that go with it. So who knows, maybe the person who bought this will want mine. That's a really good price they got for that though. Like, as a buyer, good deal. Yeah, okay, so maybe my 380 mark is a little lofty. If we were to have left this in auction as well in our search, then you would have seen a lot more going for around that price. So that is not an unattainable price for this. It is definitely possible, and who knows, you can always reduce the price at some point. All right, so do a little quick sticky roll-in, get some of the crud up from the first couple of listings, and we're gonna do this demi parure. We have clip-on earrings and a brooch, and this is a really cool set. It's kind of a modernist look is what I've determined in the end. And so I like taking a picture of sets like this. I bring in a ring box to use as a prop to hold the earrings up beside it. And then I photograph them separately. I got that on top view, the in front, the side to side like a mug shot. And then trying to get that up close hot and sexy one there. But this is such an oddly shaped brooch. It really needs 2 hot and sexies. And then again in hand here to show the size. Bring in the earrings, and this is an unmarked set. There's no maker's mark. I would usually feature that in these photos, but there isn't. I like to show the type of clip that it is as well. And then we'll take a little tour through these photos and review. All right, here we go. So here's our first photo where we've got the brooch and the earrings in the same shot. Something I noticed that was cool about this set was If you'll notice on one swoop, we're going to call them swoops, that there's just these two different swoops here in the brooch. On one of them, it is AB coated crystals around the outside with a smoky crystal on the inside, and then it's the reverse on the other. It's got smoky crystals on the outside and AB coated on the inside, as well as that one sort of peachy marquee. Where are we here? This peachy marquee one here is what we find in our earrings. The earrings feature the AB coating, the peachy rhinestone, as well as the quartz, so it's all pulled together there in the earring. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting. So here's our top shot of the brooch, looking down on it, showing it overall on the holder, the in front and the side to side, the mug shots. And then here's our hot and sexies. So because the two sides of it were so different from each other, I thought I needed to have at least two hot and sexy close-ups. So there's that one, and then here's the other side. And I'm really glad that I cleaned it. I mean, you can see some little scuffy scuffs, but you know, little fingerprints and smudges really show up on those reflections on your crystals. So I'm glad that I washed these up ahead of time, and then there it is in my hand. This is on my thumb, is staining from using the nitric acid to test for gold and silver. It turns yellow on your finger and then brown. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't leave any kind of bump. You can't feel it's there, but yeah, anyway, that's what's up with my thumb. So then here's a close-up of the earrings. And then I like to show the background. Now, if we had a maker's mark, this is my favorite way to show it on an earring. I like to have one open showing the mark with the other sort of out of focus in the background. And then I always like to show them together side by side, closed up or open, and then in hand. And there's some more close-ups of the back of the brooch. Again, I did take some of these pictures at a different time, just you know, some footage was lost, things didn't work. I had to redo a couple things to make this video, but nonetheless, here we are. Oops, that's the next stuff. But yeah, pretty cool. I think that's a really cool set. I thought modernist was probably the best way to describe it, and that's it for now. So now let's go to eBay. While we're here, I better plug in the phone and get some power while we're at it. 9%, you guys, that's not gonna jive. Okay, eBay. We're going for vintage. And I know people get annoyed with people using the word vintage. If it's not actually vintage, sure, but this is actually vintage, and it's a search word that people use. It's to help get your listings to the people who are looking for vintage jewelry. So vintage, let's say AB rhinestone. I don't know. I think it's sort of a modernist style. So let's search that. Vintage AB rhinestone modernist brooch. And of course we have the clip-on earrings with it, but oh, and look at that. There's the one we did the other day. I'm a good girl and I already got it listed and everything. Nice, that looks cool. Okay, so based on that, and we're gonna go into solds. Yes, unfortunately mine is not yet in the sold category, but that's okay. One result, lovely. Well, that's pretty cool. JJ Modernist brooch. So cheap. $8. So let's see what else we find if we carry on. Something like this one, I guess, is the first thing that sort of stands out. And that one went for $22 Canadian plus 24 shipping. And let's see. I don't really know what else to search when it comes to this one. Modernist. It's got to be modernist, right? I don't think it's going to help me to search the word like with swoop in there, or I don't know, spikes. Are they spikes? I don't know. So this is kind of a weird one where I end up with nothing really to compare it to. And in this case, I just make it up. I make it up myself. Just based on other things, previous sales, some of the listings that I see. And I've also got the brooch and the earrings. So we have a demi-parure. And we're gonna go with that information and do up a slip at the end. Okay, so now it's time for photos. Let's do the photos. All right, there we go. That's everything for today. I think 3 items made for quite a long video anyway. We've got all 3 of them here, and now because I washed them earlier, I'm gonna leave the bags open for a couple of days just to make sure that all moisture comes out of it. I did hang them all on this in front of a little heater that I have at my desk. So they did dry quite nicely before I started taking the pictures. But yeah, I'll still leave the bags open for a couple of days for them to completely dry out. So thank you so much for joining me again today. This is now episode 3 of Come to Work With Me. I hope that there was some photography tips and tricks in there for you when it comes to taking your pictures for your listings. I know I have a lot of props and things that I can use, and it's really nice and handy, and I love having them, honestly. But I'm thinking maybe it would be a cool idea if we could share some ideas, and maybe I could make some videos of some DIY at home props for doing the same kind of photography that I'm doing here. Let me know what you thought about these pieces. I'm going to put a link in the below in the description. That's going to have my email address, and so if you have any questions, you can get in touch with me there. I'm going to put a link to my eBay store as well as the eBay store for World of Jewelry here where I work. Anytime I make these Come to Work With Me videos, those items are going to be listed in World of Jewelry. And what I'm going to start trying to do is put individual links to those listings, just to make it easier for you to find if you're looking for it, if you're interested in any of the pieces. That's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you're subscribed so we can hang out again, and we'll go through some more sparkly soon.